In this video, we're going to look at recipe style questions. Okay, so here's the recipe for cottage pie, and that will serve 10 people. So there's 10 people there. So you could be asked how I get to serve 5 people. So that's very straightforward. It's 5 people. You would get your 10 people divided by your 5 people, and that is divided by 2. So you would need half the ingredients. So, for example, you would need 800 grams of potatoes. You would need 100 grams of onions, etc. So that's quite straightforward. I don't think you get asked anything as simple as that. If you were asked for 15 people, now there's 2 methods you could do this. You look for a common factor. So a factor that goes into 10 and a factor that goes into 15. And the one that I see is 5 people. Now 5 people, so to get from there to there, I divide it by 2. We've already seen that that would be 800 grams of potatoes. Now to get from 5 up to 15, you multiply it by 3. So 800 times 3 is 2,400 grams. Well, that is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to see directly how I get from 10 to 15. I might just put this over here. So I have 10 people, 15 people. How do I get from there to there? But if I do 15 divided by 10, I get 1.5. Let's multiply by 1.5. So that many grams multiplied by 1.5 to give me my answer straight away. So that would be the method. 2 methods. Go back. On a non-calc, you might be forced to go back for a common factor to bring it up. But with a calculator, you may prefer just to do this. And of course, you do that for each of these. Serves 8 people. And I think I'd be going to 2 people then. So I'd be going to 2 people divided by 5. So I'd take my 1600 and divided by 5 to give me 320 grams. And then I'd be taking my 2 people and I'd be multiplying my answer by 4. So 1,280 grams of potatoes there. So you can see the idea here, how I get from there to there. Now, you have other options. The game other option, of course, to do. How do I get from there to there? It's multiplied by 8 divided by 10. It's 0.8. So if I took my 1600s, multiplied it by 0.8, I would get that answer. And again, you would repeat the method for each of those. Okay, so here's a typical type of question. Here's a recipe for scones. What ingredients are needed to bake for 8 people? Now again, I've left the calculator there, but there might not be that much need for it. Normally here you get space. So I'm just going to move this out of my way. Now I want 8 people, so I'm going to go 2 people. And then I'm going to go 8 people over here. I could pick 2 people, I could pick 1 person. So this is divided by 3. I can do some of these in my head. There's other way of shaping the fact to do them all in my head. And then to get from there to there, I multiply it by 4. That's 480. 4 eggs. 120. And 50 becomes 200. Now, it's 8 divided by 6. Check this works. 8 divided by 6, 1.3 recurring. So if I took that and multiplied it by 360, that would also get you these answers. Now, the other style of question that sometimes you get asked is this. There is the recipe for making pancakes for 6 people. Jerry has the following in his cupboards, so he's got all of this. And you ask, what is the maximum amount of people that he can make pancakes for? So let's have a look. You need these in the same units. So 3 liters of milk is 3,000 milliliters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find out how many lots of this goes in here. I'm going to divide that by that. So it's going to be 3,000 divided by 240 gives me 12.5. Now, every one of these makes for 6 people. So if I multiply that by 6 people, it will tell me how many that can make. So it's 12.5 times 6. With milk alone, I can make for 75 people. I'm going to repeat that process for each of these. 10 eggs divided by 2. Is clearly 5. So 5 times 6 people. So with the eggs I have, I can make 30 people. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. $5.5 times by 6 people. Can make 4 powder per person, so I can make the 3 people. And the last 150 grams. And 50 divided by 12 gives me 12.5 again. I've already worked that one out. There's the maximum amount of people that he can make pancakes for. Well, you have to look for the smallest number because he can make 75 people with the milk he has, but he doesn't have enough eggs. You've got to go to the smallest one, and 30 people is the answer there. Okay, here's some questions. Have a go. Press pause and the answers will follow in 1 moment. The answer to question 1. And question 2.